Imagine this: you're on a date, and everything seems perfect, but then out of nowhere you say something that completely ruins the moment. You don't even realize it until she gives you that look. You know the one. What if I told you there are 8 things men absolutely should never do with women, and Stoicism can help you avoid every single one of them? Stick around, because this isn't just about relationships, it's about becoming the kind of man who doesn't just attract women, but earns their respect. Let's get into it. Alright, let's talk about something real. Relationships, they're messy, complicated, and sometimes downright confusing, but here's the thing: Stoicism, an ancient philosophy practiced by some of the greatest minds in history, has answers. It's not about being cold or emotionless, it's about understanding yourself, controlling what you can, and letting go of what you can't. And when it comes to women, there are certain behaviors that will always hold you back. Today, we're breaking down 8 things men should never do with women, and how Stoicism can help you avoid these pitfalls, whether you're single, in a relationship, or just trying to figure things out. This is for you. Here's the problem: a lot of men don't realize how their actions, words, and even their mindset can sabotage their relationships. They chase validation, act out of insecurity, or try to control things they have no business controlling, and guess what? It never works. Women can sense it from a mile away, but here's the good New Stoicism teaches us how to approach relationships with clarity, confidence, and respect. It's not about playing games or following some outdated rulebook, it's about becoming the best version of yourself, and that's what we're diving into today. 1. Never seek validation from women. Let's start with the first thing you should never do: seeking validation. This is a big one. How many times have you found yourself changing who you are just to impress someone? Maybe you've exaggerated your accomplishments, pretended to like something you don't, or even ignored your own boundaries just to get her approval. Here's the Stoic perspective: your worth doesn't come from someone else's opinion, it comes from within. Marcus Aurelius, one of the greatest Stoic philosophers, said, "You have power over your mind, not outside events." Realize this, and you will find strength. When you stop seeking validation, you start living authentically, and that's when you become truly attractive. 1. 2. Never let your emotions control you. Next up, letting your emotions control you. We've all been there. You get into an argument, and before you know it, you're saying things you don't mean, or maybe you're so caught up in jealousy or insecurity that you can't think straight. Stoicism teaches us that emotions are natural, but they don't have to dictate our actions. Epictetus said, "It's not what happens to you, but how you react to it that matters." Instead of reacting impulsively, take a step back, breathe, ask yourself, is this worth losing my peace over? When you master your emotions, you become the calm in the storm, and that's something women deeply respect. 3. Never try to control her. Here's a hard truth: you can't control another person. Trying to do so will only push her away, whether it's demanding she spend all her time with you, getting upset when she has her own interests, or trying to change who she is. This behavior is a recipe for disaster. Stoicism teaches us to focus on what we can control: our own actions and reactions. As Seneca said, we suffer more often in imagination than in reality. Let go of the need to control, and you'll find that your relationships become much healthier and more fulfilling. 4. Never neglect your own growth. This one's crucial. Never stop working on yourself. It's easy to get comfortable in a relationship and let your personal growth take a back seat. But here's the thing: a relationship should complement your life, not become your entire life. Stoicism emphasizes the importance of self-improvement. Read, learn, exercise, pursue your passions. When you're constantly growing, you bring more to the table, and that makes you someone worth being with. Remember, you can't pour from an empty cup. 5. Never play games. Let's be real, playing games is exhausting for both of you. Pretending you're not interested, waiting hours to text back, or trying to make her jealous might seem like a good idea in the moment, but it's not sustainable. Stoicism is about living with integrity. Be honest about your intentions. If you like Someone say it, if you don't lead her on. As Marcus Aurelius said, waste no more time arguing what a good man should be. 1. When you stop playing games you build trust, and that's the foundation of any strong relationship. 6. Never lose your independence. Here's something a lot of men struggle with: losing their independence. When you're in a relationship it's easy to let your world revolve around the other person, but Stoicism teaches us the importance of self-reliance. Maintain your own hobbies, friendships, and goals. Don't rely on someone else to make you happy. Happiness comes from within. When you're independent, you bring a sense of stability and confidence to the relationship, and that's incredibly attractive. 7. Never ignore red flags. This one's important. Don't ignore red flags, whether it's disrespect, dishonesty, or just a lack of compatibility. Ignoring these signs will only lead to more pain down the road. Stoicism teaches us to face reality head-on, as Seneca said. Difficulties strengthen the mind as labor does the body. If something doesn't feel right, address it. Have the courage to walk away if necessary. A healthy relationship is built on mutual respect and understanding, not on ignoring problems. 8. Never forget your purpose. Finally, never forget your purpose. It's easy to get caught up in the excitement of a new relationship and lose sight of what really matters to you. Stoicism reminds us to stay focused on our mission. What are your goals? What kind of life do you want to build? A relationship should enhance your life, not distract you from it. When you stay true to your purpose, you become a man of direction and meaning, and that's something no one can resist. Here's the bottom line: relationships are a reflection of who you are. If you're insecure, controlling, or unsure of yourself, it's going to show. But if you're confident, grounded, and focused on your own growth, that's going to shine through. Stoicism isn't about becoming perfect, it's about becoming better. And when you apply these principles, you'll not only avoid these 8 mistakes, but you'll also become the kind of man women admire and respect. All right, let's recap. We talked about 8 things men should never do with women: seeking validation, letting emotions control you, trying to control her, neglecting your growth, playing games, losing your independence, ignoring red flags, and forgetting your purpose. Stoicism teaches us to focus on what we can control, live with integrity, and constantly strive to be better. When you do that, you'll find that your relationships and your life become infinitely more fulfilling. If you found this helpful, hit that subscribe button. There's a lot more where this came from. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.